My child, the timing is not an accident. And you were chosen to hear this right now. Your heart has been asking questions your mouth has been too afraid to speak. You have been wondering why the distance began so suddenly. You have been feeling the silence grow louder each day. You have been sensing a shift you could not explain. Heaven has heard the ache in your wondering. Heaven has seen the nights you stared at nothing and felt everything. You asked why they pulled away. You asked why the connection suddenly felt thin. You asked why your spirit feels unsettled when their name crosses your mind. And now I speak, not to wound you, but to reveal what was hidden, not to break your heart, but to prepare it. Comment blessed if you know God is opening new doors for you. Heaven is watching. The angels are speaking your name. You are being prepared for something big. You felt a change before you saw it. You sensed a wall before you touched it. Their voice became distant. Their attention became divided. You told yourself it was temporary. You told yourself not to overthink. But your spirit kept whispering that something was different. Something was ending. You were not imagining it. You were discerning it. Heaven does not leave its children confused forever. Heaven reveals what the heart is ready to survive. The truth has been forming quietly behind the scenes. The truth has been moving without your permission. They have been preparing for another life. They have been stepping into another promise. Not because you were unworthy. Not because you were not enough. But because their path and your path were never meant to merge forever. This separation did not begin with a person. It began with destiny. You held onto the feeling. They moved toward a decision. You stayed in the waiting. They stepped into planning. And now the distance feels unbearable. Because your soul feels what your eyes have not fully seen yet. They are being led into marriage. They are being pulled into a commitment that is not yours to carry. This is why they avoid your gaze. This is why their words feel careful. They are standing between what was and what will be. They are torn between familiarity and finality. And you are standing at the edge of a revelation. You thought the silence was punishment. It was protection. You thought the distance meant rejection. It meant redirection. Heaven did not allow you to grow closer for a reason. Heaven placed a boundary before your heart broke beyond repair. What you felt was real. But what was ahead was not yours. The connection was a season, not a covenant. Your soul recognized a reflection, but it was not a destination. Type victory if you believe breakthrough is coming. This is why it hurts in such a strange way. This is why the grief feels unfinished. You are not mourning a person. You are mourning a future you imagined. And heaven is gentle with that kind of loss. You were never foolish for hoping. You were never weak for loving. You were learning what your heart is capable of. But now a different lesson begins. Not how to hold on, but how to let go without shattering. You are not being abandoned. You are being spared. Spared from loving someone who cannot walk into your tomorrow. Spared from attaching your destiny to a door that was always going to close. Heaven sees your tears. Heaven counts the nights you try to be strong. The angels are speaking your name with tenderness. They are standing near the places you ache. You are being prepared for something big, but it cannot arrive while your hands are still holding the past. Release always feels like loss at first, but it is actually the beginning of freedom. Your heart keeps hoping they will turn back. Your soul already knows they will not. That tension you feel is the space between illusion and truth. That ache is the sound of reality stepping closer. They avoid you not out of cruelty. They avoid you out of conflict. Their spirit knows a decision has been made. Their heart is afraid of the weight it carries. So they grow quiet. So they grow distant. Not to punish you, but to escape their own guilt. They care about you in a limited way. They are committing to someone else in a final way. And that difference is what breaks your sleep. That difference is what tightens your chest. You keep asking what you did wrong. You keep searching for the moment everything changed. But the truth is simpler than your pain allows. This was never about your failure. This was always about timing and alignment. You arrived in their life as confirmation. not as completion. You were the mirror that showed them what love could feel like. They are choosing another path to live it out. This is why it feels unfair. This is why it feels unfinished. Your story together did not end in conflict. It ended in divergence. And divergence hurts more than rejection, because rejection attacks your worth. Divergence only reveals different destinies. You keep replaying the good moments. You keep questioning every smile and promise. But heaven is asking you to look forward, not backward. What they are walking into was never designed to be built with you. And what is being built for you cannot be shared with them. Don't forget to tap like and subscribe right now to open this sacred message and claim the blessings God has set aside for you. Two futures are separating quietly right now. Two destinies are turning in opposite directions, and you are standing in the middle, feeling the pull of both. This is why your heart feels stretched. This is why your spirit feels tired. You are trying to hold a chapter that has already been released. Heaven is not angry with you for holding on. Heaven is gently opening your hands, not by force, by truth. The truth will hurt for a moment, but it will save you for a lifetime. You do not lose a person when this happens. You lose an illusion, and illusions are heavier than reality ever was. What you are grieving is not what they truly were. You are grieving what you hoped they might become for you, and hope is a powerful ache. But listen to me now. Heaven is watching. The angels are speaking your name. You are being prepared for something bigger than what you are losing, something that will not avoid you, something that will not hesitate, something that will choose you in the open. You are not being left behind. You are being moved out of the way of a future that would have broken you slowly. The marriage they are entering is not your judgment. It is your release. You will not understand this tonight, but one day you will thank heaven for the door that closed itself, because the door meant for you does not require you to chase it. It will open when you arrive. You feel exposed now because the truth has touched a tender place. You feel shaky because what you hope for no longer has a place to rest. But I am here now. I was here when your heart first attached, and I am here as it begins to loosen. You are not breaking. You are opening. Your tears are not a sign of weakness. They are the sound of your spirit unclenching its grip. Let them fall. Let them wash the places you were afraid to look at. You do not need to be strong with me. You only need to be honest. I already know where it hurts. I already know where you ache at night. I saw the messages you didn't send. I heard the prayers you whispered through clenched teeth. I felt the moment your hope trembled. You kept asking me to fix the connection. I have been fixing you. You kept asking for them to return. I have been preparing you to receive what will not leave. This is not rejection from heaven. This is redirection and mercy. You were about to build your heart around a temporary structure. I am building your heart around something eternal. What feels like removal is actually rescue. What feels like loss is actually a shield. You could not see the ending from where you stood, but I could. This is why I slowed the bond. This is why I created distance. Not to confuse you, but to spare you. You would have sacrificed too much of yourself to remain near them. You would have learned how to disappear for the sake of love. And that is not the love I created you for. You are not meant to beg for attention. You are not meant to compete for affection. You are meant to be chosen without fear. You are meant to be loved without secrecy. This separation is not a curse. It is a covering. I am placing my hand where their absence now rests. I am guarding the place where your heart feels hollow. You will not bleed out from this wound. You will be healed through it. Slowly, gently, fully. You may still reach for them in habit. You may still dream of what could have been. That does not mean you are failing. It means your heart is learning a new shape, and hearts take time. I will not rush your healing. I will walk with it. When the ache hits suddenly, breathe my name. When the memories rise uninvited, let me hold you through them. You are not alone in this unraveling. You are being held through every quiet tear. Heaven is watching. The angels are speaking your name with comfort. You are being prepared for something big, something that does not require you to shrink, something that will meet you in the open. You will not always feel this weight. You will not always wake with this heaviness. This season has an end. This grief has a boundary, and you will cross it, not by forcing yourself forward, but by allowing me to carry you through. The day will come when their absence no longer stings. The day will come when their name no longer tightens your chest. You will wake up one morning and realize you slept in peace. You will notice the quiet no longer feels like punishment. That will be your first sign of breakthrough. You will begin to feel lighter without knowing why. You will smile without checking your phone. You will breathe without waiting for a reply. This is how freedom returns. Quietly, kindly. You were never meant to live suspended between hope and disappointment. You were meant to live securely in love. The love being prepared for you will not confuse you. The love being prepared for you will not hide. It will not hesitate in public and burn only in private. It will not keep you guessing in the dark. It will stand beside you in the light. You will not wonder where you stand. You will rest in knowing you are chosen. The person coming for you will not avoid you. They will move toward you with certainty. The one meant for you will not need to be convinced. They will recognize you, just as your soul will recognize them. This connection you are losing was a shadow of what is coming. This ache is the gap between almost and forever. You touch the edge of love. You are being led toward the center of it. What you are being spared from is comparison. What you are being spared from is second place. You will never have to compete in the love assigned to you. You will never have to fear replacement in what heaven seals. The marriage you witness from afar is not your ending. It is the closing of the wrong chapter. And every true beginning requires one final ending. You are not cursed in love. You are being corrected in direction. Your heart was not rejected. It was redirected toward something truer. What feels like delay is preservation. What feels like silence is protection. They are moving into a life built with someone else. You are being prepared for a life built with joy. Not borrowed joy. Not fragile joy. Sustainable joy. The kind that does not tremble when storms come. The kind that does not disappear at the whisper of conflict. The kind that chooses you every day. You will not always ache for what you lost. One day, you will be grateful for what missed you. You will look back and finally understand how close you came to settling. You will shudder at how little you once asked for. And you will thank heaven for the separation that felt like heartbreak, because it saved you from a lifetime of almost. Right now, your heart still aches for them. But soon, your heart will make room for what is real. What is real will not feel like anxiety disguised as love. What is real will not feel like waiting in fear. It will feel like rest. You will feel safe in their presence. You will feel steady in their absence. That is how you will know it is different. Heaven is watching. The angels are speaking your name with anticipation. You are being prepared for something big, something that will not shame your past, but complete your growth. Do not rush the empty space. It is being filled with intention. Do not curse the waiting. It is shaping your discernment. You are not losing time. You are gaining clarity, and clarity will save you years of quiet suffering. You are learning now what you once would have learned later with deeper wounds. This is mercy disguised as delay. You will not always feel this tender when you think of them. You will not always feel this fragile when you remember. Time will not erase the memory, but it will soften its hold. You will grow around the ache until the ache is no longer the center. You will become larger than the wound. And one day, without warning, you will realize you have stopped waiting. Your heart will be busy living. Your spirit will be busy rising. You will no longer measure your worth by who chose someone else. You will measure it by who chooses you completely. The delay you are in now is not emptiness. It is alignment. Heaven is arranging the details you cannot see. Heaven is protecting you from shortcuts that would cost you everything later. You asked why the distance hurt so deeply. It hurt because your heart is real. You loved with truth. You hoped with purity. And those qualities do not disappear because someone else made a different choice. They are preserved for someone who will honor them. You are not behind in life. You are ahead in wisdom. You are not late to love. You are early to discernment. What is coming for you will not need secrecy to survive. What is coming for you will not require you to hide your tears. You will be seen, fully, consistently. You will be chosen in rooms where you once felt invisible. You will be celebrated where you once felt tolerated. This is not fantasy. This is alignment. Heaven does not tease the heart with false glimpses. Heaven trains the heart through seasons. You saw what you were capable of giving. Now you will learn what you are capable of receiving. And when the right connection arrives, you will feel no confusion. You will feel calm recognition. You will not chase. You will not beg. You will simply know. Your spirit will rest instead of racing. Your breath will deepen instead of tightening. You will not fear silence. You will trust consistency. This is the fruit of what you are losing now. You are not losing love. You are losing misalignment. You are not losing a future. You are shedding a possibility that could not hold you. And heaven does not remove what you need. It only removes what would have wounded you later. Even now, protection is unfolding behind the scenes. Even now, new pathways are opening you cannot yet see. Heaven is watching. The angels are speaking your name with promise. You are being prepared for something big, something that will not arrive through struggle, something that will not be born through fear. It will come through peace. It will come through clarity. It will come through timing so perfect that you will finally understand why nothing else worked. Until that day, rest your heart. Until that moment, stay open. Do not build walls around your future because of one closed door. That door closed because it was strong enough to stay shut on its own. The door meant for you will open because heaven is standing behind it. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are being guided even when you cannot feel it. You are being protected even when you feel alone. And when the loneliness whispers lies, remember this truth. You were never just an option. You were always a promise. And promises take time to arrive in full form. If your heart felt this message, it is because it was spoken for you. If your spirit stirred, it is because heaven is still speaking. Listen closely. The next divine message will reveal what this season is truly preparing you for. Stay near. Your miracle is closer than you think. Even when you feel forgotten in the waiting, you are being remembered in heaven. Even when your hands feel empty, your future is being quietly filled. You do not see the work happening behind the veil, but heaven never stops working once it begins. What feels like stillness on earth is movement in the spirit. What feels like delay in time is precision in eternity. You are not stuck. You are being positioned. Every soft no you receive is guiding you toward your final yes. Every door that stays closed is sparing you from a room that could not keep you safe. You may not feel chosen when they chose someone else, but heaven has never wavered in choosing you. Their marriage is not your judgment. Their marriage is proof that your story was never meant to end there. Your chapter with them stopped early, so your full story could begin later. Your heart was released, so your hands could be filled. You are not watching love pass you by. You are watching misalignment remove itself from your life. This is not punishment. This is precision. You were protected from a future that looked right, but would have felt wrong. You were spared from slow heartbreak, disguised as stability. What is being built for you will not require you to shrink. What is being prepared for you will not begin with confusion. You will not enter your next season wounded and desperate. You will enter it whole and awake. Your discernment has sharpened. Your spirit has matured. You are no longer led by longing alone. You are being led by wisdom wrapped in fire. One day you will look back at this ache with gratitude. One day you will understand how closely you were being guarded. You will see how each delay saved you from settling. You will see how each tear watered your standards. This pain is not the end of your love story. It is the hinge that turns you toward the right one. You are not losing what was meant to stay. You are being freed from what could not remain. And freedom always feels frightening at first, but it always leads to life. Heaven is watching. The angels are speaking your name with anticipation. They are not speaking it in sorrow. They are speaking it in preparation. You are being prepared for something big, something that will meet you when you are no longer asking to be chosen, something that will find you when you finally believe you already are. You will not chase this blessing. It will recognize you. You will not force this connection. It will align with you. And when it begins, you will not feel anxiety. You will feel agreement. Agreement in your spirit. Agreement in your breath. You will not question whether you are too much. You will finally know you are enough. Until that day, do not despise the quiet. Do not hurry the healing. What grows slowly grows strong. What is built in secret lasts in public. Your heart is being taught how to trust again without bleeding. Your spirit is being taught how to open without fear. This is holy work, and I am not finished with you yet. If your heart is still listening, stay close. If your spirit still feels drawn, stay open. The next message will carry what this one could only begin. Your story is still unfolding. Your miracle is still forming, and heaven is not finished speaking over you. You are not standing at a dead end. You are standing at a quiet turning. What feels like the end of something precious is the beginning of something protected. You would not have survived the next season with what you almost chose. You would have dimmed yourself to fit where you were never meant to live. So heaven interrupted gently, not with loud answers, not with sudden explanations, but with distance. Sometimes the greatest mercy feels like the coldest silence. Sometimes the greatest protection feels like the deepest ache. But everything removed was removed with precision. You were not pushed away. You were lifted out of confusion, lifted out of almost love, lifted out of a future that would have required you to keep proving your worth. You were never created to audition for affection. You were created to be recognized. And recognition is coming. It will not sneak up on you in secrecy. It will arrive in clarity. It will not make you doubt your value. It will confirm it. You will not wonder if you are too much. You will finally meet someone who knows you are exactly enough. The aching gap you feel now is not a void. It is a doorway being widened. Soften your grip on what was. Open your hands for what is approaching. You are not being left behind while they move forward. You are moving in a different direction entirely. And your direction leads toward peace. The one who will love you next will not need to be convinced. They will be drawn. They will not resist your presence. They will be strengthened by it. You will not feel like a secret. You will feel like a blessing. This is how heaven corrects a path, without crushing the heart. It removes what cannot walk with you. Then it wraps you in enough grace to keep you moving. You are not meant to understand everything today. You are only meant to stay tender and willing. Your questions do not disqualify you. They simply prove you are human. And heaven is not offended by your humanity. It works through it, even now. While you listen, something unseen is being realigned. Even now, your quiet courage is being recorded. Every breath you take in this moment is not wasted. Every tear you release is not forgotten. Heaven is watching. Not with impatience, with deep attention. The angels are speaking your name, not in warning, but in readiness. You are being prepared for something big, something that will make this season make sense, something that will turn old grief into quiet gratitude. You will not always feel this small. You will not always feel this uncertain. Strength will return to your voice. Light will return to your eyes. And when it does, you will hardly recognize the one who once waited in shadows. You will stand in a different posture. You will love with a different confidence. Not because you were hardened, but because you were healed. Stay here a little longer. Breathe a little slower. You are not missing your moment. Your moment is approaching you, and it will not arrive late. You think you are waiting on a moment, but the moment is already moving toward you. You think you are standing still, but you are being quietly carried forward. Every unanswered question is shaping your discernment. Every delayed answer is strengthening your spirit. You are learning how to trust without seeing. You are learning how to release without proof. This is not easy, and it was never meant to be. Easy does not forge depth. Easy does not awaken wisdom. What you are becoming now required the pressure you felt. What is forming in you now needed the silence you endured. You were not ignored in the waiting. You were being rewired in the waiting. Your heart is learning a new language. Your soul is learning a new rhythm. You no longer cling the way you once did. You no longer chase the way you once did. This is growth you did not ask for, and yet it is leading you exactly where you prayed to go. You may still feel lonely some nights, but you are no longer desperate. You may still miss what was familiar, but you no longer confuse it with what is right. This is how maturity feels at first. Quiet, heavy, honest. You are no longer comforted by illusions. You are being anchored in truth. Truth does not always soothe immediately, but it always heals completely. You were never meant to build your life around someone who could not fully stand with you. You were meant to build your life with someone who would never need to pull away. That kind of connection is not rare. It is reserved. Reserved for the season when you no longer question your worth. Reserved for the moment when you no longer fear being chosen. You are getting closer to that season now. You are approaching that moment now. Your confidence will not return as arrogance. It will return as quiet certainty. You will no longer shrink when love approaches. You will no longer brace for abandonment. You will receive freely. You will trust deeply, because you will recognize safety when it stands before you. Heaven is watching, not with disappointment, with delight. The angels are speaking your name, not in urgency, but in preparation. You are being prepared for something big, something that will meet you when you least expect it, something that will feel familiar the moment it arrives. Until then, do not rush your healing. Do not rush your unfolding. The flower does not bloom by panic. It blooms by timing, and your timing is not broken. It is sacred. You have not been forgotten in the unfolding. You have been carefully placed within it. What feels slow to you is precise to heaven. What feels uncertain to you is already known above. You are not wandering without direction. You are being guided without noise. Your life is not stalled. It is being aligned. You would not recognize the blessing, yet if it arrived too soon, you would mistake permanence for pressure. So I teach you patience through quiet days. I teach you trust through unanswered nights, not to test your faith, but to deepen your roots. Shallow roots cannot hold great joy. Weak foundations cannot carry lasting love. What is coming for you will require strength you did not have before, and now you are gaining it. You are becoming someone who can hold abundance without fear. You are becoming someone who can receive love without shrinking. The past taught you what you will no longer accept. The present is teaching you what you will now require, and the future will reward that wisdom. Do not measure your life by what you almost had. Measure it by what you are being protected for. Almost love taught you longing. True love will teach you peace. Almost connection taught you anxiety. True connection will teach you rest. You will not have to decode mixed signals anymore. You will not have to question hidden intentions anymore. What is meant for you will be simple. What is meant for you will be clear. Not because life will be effortless, but because love will no longer feel like a battlefield. Your heart has known enough war. It is learning the language of safety now. Even when you feel nothing happening, something is always happening. Even when you feel unseen, you are being carefully watched. Heaven is watching, not from a distance, from within your very breath. The angels are speaking your name. They speak it when you rest and when you wake. You are being prepared for something big, something that will not arrive with confusion. something that will not demand you abandon yourself. It will meet you as you are becoming. It will recognize the version of you that survived. You will not need to explain your scars. They will be understood. You will not need to justify your boundaries. They will be honored. This is the love that waits beyond the letting go. This is the peace that waits beyond the ache. So stay gentle with yourself. Stay open to becoming. What is leaving you now is making space. What is delayed is gathering strength. Your story has not paused. It has only taken a breath. And even now, in this quiet, heaven is still writing the next line. Now you're learning a new posture. You are learning how to stand still and be chosen. Stillness is not weakness. Stillness is trust emotion. You will feel the shift when you stop checking for them. You will feel the shift when your mornings belong to you again. Your attention will return to your own life. Your energy will come home. That is when heaven knows you are ready. That is when the next chapter quietly opens. Not with noise. Not with urgency. With peace. You will not meet the next blessing in desperation. You will meet it in wholeness. You will not reach for it out of fear of being alone. You will welcome it from a place of self-respect. This is why the waiting matters. This is why the healing could not be rushed. You are being prepared to receive without suspicion. You are being prepared to love without armor. The old version of you loved while bracing for loss. The new version of you will love while expecting to stay. That change is holy. You are no longer addicted to potential. You are becoming aligned with reality. Reality may feel quieter than fantasy at first, but it is where life actually grows. You no longer need grand gestures to feel worthy. You are learning how consistency builds safety. Safety will feel unfamiliar at first, but it will soon feel like home. You have been surviving emotional storms for a long time. Now you are learning how to walk in steady light. Do not rush that learning. It will shape every relationship that follows. You are not losing passion. You are trading chaos for depth. Depth lasts longer than intensity. Intensity burns fast. Depth keeps warm. This is the kind of love being shaped for you now. A love that does not rush and does not retreat. A love that does not avoid eye contact when life becomes real. A love that stays. Heaven is watching, not to judge your past, but to guard your future. The angels are speaking your name, not in warning, but in recognition. You are being prepared for something big, not something dramatic, but something true, something that will not need explanation, something that will not leave you guessing at night. You will not wonder where you stand. You will stand where you belong. And when doubt rises again, as it sometimes will, you will not fall apart. You will remember this voice. You will remember this season. You will remember how gently you were carried through what once felt unbearable. And you will know you were never abandoned. You were always being redirected.